What is really good, everybody? It's me, Gigastickers, and we have to talk about something. Number one, you might notice that my voice is kind of shitty because I'm pretty fucking sick, but this update happened yesterday. Elden Ring patch 1.07, and I've seen a lot of cool things already about it, and I really wanted to talk about it. It doesn't matter if I'm sick, I just want to talk about it because they had a shit ton of things that are really interesting. So let's just jump into it and see what caught my attention, right? So they already said the new update brings balance adjustments to improve stability of the gameplay. And they also thought about the spells, skills, incantations, and weapons to encourage more versatility in terms of gameplay. And this sentence already made me really happy to read, right? This is something that I already said a lot that I would love to see in Elden Ring, more versatility. So additional features, added separate damage scaling for PvP. So I still don't know how this is gonna work out. I still didn't play the game because I'm not really in the spirit and energy of playing it, but this sounds extremely fucking cool. I just hope that they do it the right way, okay? So not everything's gonna one-shot you. Sure, some things might do high damage, but it should be deserved, right? If you hit something like slow, then it will do high damage. But things like Moonveil and other weapons that are weapon arts that are really easy to just land and they do high damage, I hope they get hit with this separate damage scaling in PvP. It also says this feature allows separate damage scaling for weapon skills and spells. So I hope that they know what weapon arts are a bit too high damage and they will revert the damage a little bit. They also talk about stamina attack power PvP against guarded foes, except for long range weapons. So in other words, you will do more, I guess, stamina damage against people that block. So in other words, this update is pretty much go fuck yourself against great shield users. And not gonna lie, I am extremely happy to read this because they were obnoxious, right? So whether you like it or not, you know, they were obnoxious. So really glad to read that they already include things like this, like, you know, you will do more stamina damage against guarded enemies. So that's really good. Also the poise damage in PvP for every weapon. I'm not sure if this is a good thing because some weapons don't really deserve more poise damage, like halberds. They are already really good, them doing more poise damage, but I have no idea how this will work out, right? So, but that's really good. That also makes fist weapons and claw weapons, and you know, fist weapons are my favorite. I really hope that fist weapons do enough poise damage to just stagger people, because normally hitting a running R1 with fist weapons, they just don't flinch. They just attack me back, and that's not worth the trade for me, right? So I really hope this is like a direct or indirect buff for fist weapons to make them more viable. The power following incantations PvP have been decreased, and that's pretty much just dragon breaths because they are really obnoxious. By the way, I'm not gonna cover every singular line. I'm just gonna look at this patch note and see what caught my attention. I'm gonna talk about it. So increased poise damage when using two-handed normal attacks. That's cool, right? That's cool. Increase the speed of some colossal sword attacks. This is really good because, you know, in conjunction of the nerf of the crouch poke, I hope the normal moveset of a colossal sword now is usable. Everybody used a colossal sword crouch poke because of, you know, that's kind of like the only move that is quite competitive, right? And it's an obnoxious move, but it is a move that you can actually connect in PvP compared to just the normal moveset. So I kind of hope this helps the colossal swords to just use the actual moveset, if that makes sense. The speed and hit detection of colossal sword crouching and rolling attack have been decreased. So yeah, that's just straight up a colossal crouch poke nerf, and yeah, well deserved. It was a stupid move. Increase the speed of some colossal weapon attacks. This line really caught my attention for one specific reason. I really hope, and I'm gonna test this out the moment I'm done recording this video, I really hope that this allows Storm Stomp to actually throw combo into an R1. Because I actually tested colossal weapons a lot. They're like my second favorite weapon class. And I noticed that it doesn't connect, but it's so like it's like a couple of frames too slow. So I hope this allows colossal weapons to actually connect with a with Storm Stomp into an R1. That would be amazing. Decrease recovery time for colossal swords and colossal weapons, except for jump attack, dual wielding attacks, and attacks while riding. Amazing, you know, colossal weapons are not really forgiving. So if you whiff an attack, you don't feel like you're standing in the open for like 2 hours. So I also don't know how much this is, right? So we have to test this out, but it does sound good. Increased poise damage, yeah, that's good. Like, yeah, that's good, right? Increased guard penetration, also good. So in other words, this update is a big middle finger to shield users. So yeah, you know what? That's pretty good. With some exception, poise of all armor has been increased. This line also really made me happy. This line, in other words, says, hey, you're not forced to play veterans and or bull goat. You can actually mishmash some armor sets now to look good and to be competitive. So I'm all for the fashion souls. And I really hope that my armor set, you know, my favorite armor set, had some good changes. But this is really good. The guard strength of Fingerprint Stone Shield has been decreased. I am so happy to read that Fingerprint finally is getting touched. It took way too long, but you know what? It happened. So I am more than happy to read that they finally addressed this fucking shield. Decrease the status build-up done by dual weapons. This is an interesting one, right? Because this is just also a nerf to dual Nakinadas as an example, or Anspur rapiers. But I'm also not sure if this means fist weapons, because they're dual wielding weapons, kind of, right? They're like a dual, they're two weapons in the hands. But it would be, I'm not gonna be mad if they also nerf fist weapons for this reason, because status is just strong, and you can say what you want, but status on pretty much every weapon, especially blood or cold, was quite strong, right? So like I'm not sure how this works on fist weapons, but I think fist weapons also got addressed with this. Okay, balance adjustment for magic and incantations. I'm gonna be very honest, I'm gonna skip a bunch of these because it's a big list, okay? But we're gonna talk about some that caught my attention. So the thing is, Lightning Spear and Flame Sling. Lightning Spear is really interesting, but they changed the attack power when charged. So that's, I don't know. Like if it would be the normal charge time, would be cool. Charged, I don't know. Cool, I guess, but you're not gonna land a charged spear, I think, in PvP, unless you're a god, which is, you know, some of y'all are gods, so pretty cool. Yeah, stamina attack power against guard enemies. I mean, who's gonna block Wrath of Gold? I'm not sure. Triple Light is actually cool to read that they increased the cast speed of triple Rings of Light. I already felt like it felt pretty slow on startup, so it's always welcome to see that this got a speed buff. Law of Causation actually used this last video, like 2 videos ago. And extended effect time is interesting because it felt like it was active for so long already. So what is this? You activate this and you can take this into New Game Plus 3? I don't know. I have to test this out. I still have my build, so I can actually test this. And I really love this incantation. I know people don't like it because the damage sucks, but it's still a free knockdown. But my build using this incantation got hard nerfed because I use a great shield. But hey, I'll take it, you know? I'll take it. It's no problem. Decrease FP consumption for a lot of incantation and sorceries. And I'm seeing quite some, actually. Giant Flame Take Thee is super good to read because this is my favorite incantation. Grail's Roar is also really good. Especially this one. This one used a lot of FP. I have to see how much FP this is costing right now. But Giant Flame pretty much means it's more spammable. And you can see that as a bad thing, you can see it as a good thing. For me, I fucking love it because it's just this big ball of atomic power. So I'm really glad to see that this got buffed. This one is interesting. Death Rancor, isn't that the sorcery that has those skulls chasing you. Because if that's the case, it already is a pretty spammable sorcery. And extended the lifespan of all vengeful spirits. So this became even more spammable because it has decreased FP and the lifespan is longer. So for y'all using death incantation or death sorceries, you really got like, you're gonna eat good because it's actually much better now. And it was already pretty good. I'm not sure how I feel about Rock Blast, Shadow Earth, Starlight, okay. Stars of Ruin, oh, Stars of Ruin. Increase power when charged, it reduces FP and stamina consumption. I mean, you can still strafe it left and right and roll. So, you cannot really strafe it, you have to roll it, but it's easy to roll now, so. I mean, I guess that is the reason why they buffed it a little bit. Oh, I thought it said Carian Slicer. Piercer. Yeah, Piercer had this awkward recovery time, so I'm really glad they removed that. That's cool. Explosive Ghost Flame. This is the one I actually always wanted to try. Increase attack power and stamina attack power against guarded enemies. Okay. Increase frostbite status buildup of the explosion. Alright. Range of the residue flames has been slightly increased. Damage detection time has been reduced. So they didn't fix the recovery time on it because it's really awkward to cast this. If you cast this, you're stuck. But we have to try it out. It is such a cool looking incantation or sorcery. So, Tibia Summon, reduce FP consumption, increase attack power, increase casting speed. It's unfortunate that they didn't say anything about tracking. This move, you can stand still, you see it, and walk a little bit to the left, and you avoid it. Flame of the Fell God. Wait, isn't that like... Okay, let me look it up real quick. Isn't that like the big... Yeah, it's this one. I actually really like this one. Reduce FP consumption, increase stamina attack against guarding enemies. Increase attack power when... Wait, you can charge this? You can charge Flame of the Fell God? So wait, is that a new buff? Because that's quite interesting. Short damage detection, time of residue fire. I had no idea you can charge Flame of the Fell God. Interesting. Whirl Flame, reduce FP consumption. I'm not even gonna read the against guarding enemies anymore. Increase ability to stagger enemies. Oh! Does this mean Whirl Flame into something else might be guaranteed if you stagger them? Because I know that Whirl Flame is active for quite some times, right? If you hit them, the stagger. I hope that the stagger will last long enough to actually combo into like a fast move, like maybe runes or maybe a fast lightning spear or something like that. Really have to test this out. That's Whirl Flame is something I have to test. That's pretty cool. Burn of Flame. Reduce FP consumption, cool. Shorten the time it takes for the flame pillars to be generated. This is good, because it took some time. So I'm glad to read that they address that issue. Noble Presence, interesting. Noble Presence is pretty fast, and it does stagger people on hit. So shorten the recovery time might allow this to also true combo into something else. So we have to check Noble Presence as well. We also have to see what it does on normal hit, because charged, it knocks them down. So no true combos, but on normal hit, I think it does stagger you for quite some time, right? And now with recovery time being shortened, maybe we can just combo something afterwards. Interesting. Gurang Beast Claw, so that's like the slam, right? Added a hitbox to the first part of the spell. Oh, that is actually cool. So like the slam is the hitbox now as well. Increase attack power when charged. Maybe. I'm not sure how fast this recovers, but the same rule might apply here. That because of the first hitbox, I hope that the first hitbox allows the second hitbox to combo. Would be really cool. Stone of Gurrank is one of my favorite incantations because it allows a lot of true combos. Reduce stamina consumption. I'm really happy because of this line already, because it does consume a lot of stamina. Increase attack power and stamina attack power against guarding enemies. Okay, here we go again. Extended the impact area of projectiles. Oh, makes it more forgiving to hit. That's really good too. Scarlet, I have no faith in this incantation, to be honest. Reduce FP consumption. Alright, increase attack power. I'm not reading that. Landing attack range has been increased and recovery time decreased. Okay, I hope that... I mean, I'm not sure how he would make this incantation better. Adjusted the poison increase timing during activation. I just hope this fixed it, because this is arguably the worst incantation in the game. Which sucks because it's like the coolest looking incantation at the same time. Oh! The command grab incantation. Sick! How did they fix this? Reduce FP and stamina consumption. Okay. I like that. Okay, hey, shorten recovery time. Really good. Oh, the command grab has more range. I have to see how much more range is. Yo, we are a command grab character now, boys. Okay, I am really stoked to see the range on Frenzy, in Escapable Frenzy right now. Dragon Claw, reduce FP consumption. Fair enough. Increase stamina. Yeah, I'm not reading that. Improve directional control. This is amazing because it always felt really awkward to turn around with this incantation. You always had like this half turn because you couldn't really control the incantation all too well. So this is a welcoming buff. Dragon Maw, same rule here. Reduce FP consumption. Not reading this. The hitbox around the Dragon Neck area has been enlarged to make it easier to hit enemies at close range. Oh yeah, this had been happening so many times that I was jumping over the enemy if they were in front of me. So I hope that fixed it. Oh boy, this is the incantation people fucking hate me if they see it in my videos. Which, you know, I understand. Bestial Sling can be really stupid and annoying, but I only use it if someone is just running in the open and doesn't want to contest me. Bestial Sling. Reduce the stone fragment, scatter randomness. Oh, okay. Increase stamina attack power against guarding enemies. Okay. Reduce between 2 hits and adjusted the attack so the 2 hits are always made at close range. Oh, that's I guess the jump glitch that you sometimes toss 2 of them. Decrease poise damage. I am really happy to read this because this I mean, it's still strong. It's still gonna deal good damage. It's still gonna be a poke, but it shouldn't be a fast poke that is a disrupting poke at the same time. So I hope this is just, you know, good for just chip damage and not also disrupting the enemy's actions. Okay, now we're going to the skills, aka weapon arts, aka Ashes of Wars. So I'm seeing a lot of Ashes of Wars here. Search of Faith, Goalbreaker, Regal Beast Claw. I'm not sure what this is. Is this from the hammer? Yeah, that's from the hammer. Alright. Increase attack power, so they just do more damage. Sacred Phalanx. That is from the Clean Rod. Okay. Good luck hitting that though. Swords Dance, Volve, the Indomitable, Dancing Blade. Reduce the delay between the end of various actions, such as using items and attack animations. Oh, but this is like the one that gives you iframes, right? It is. Intriguing. We have to see how this works now. Because you always had like recovery if you used it, right? But here it says reduce the delay between the end of various actions. So you can like easily maybe roll out of things while using Volve, or you can do it again. Or you can do iframes into a get off me incantation. Iframes into an R1. Iframes into something else. So, damn, this update already has caught my attention by a lot of other things to test. We have to test this as well. Volve the Indomitable is something I always wanted to use because it looks cool. And it always felt like a honest kind of BHS or quick step because you're standing still. So, okay, yeah, this is pretty sick. Sacred Order, Shared Order, Knowledge above all, extended effect time. Oh, Barricade Shield as well. Alright. I mean, you know what, fair enough. Shield got nerfed, so you should make Barricade Shield a bit better. Prayerful Strike. Great Serpent Hunt, increased power and poise damage. Damn, Great Serpent Hunt is gonna one-shot everybody now. It already one-shotted everybody, so now it's gonna do even more damage. Sick. And Prayerful Strike, I kinda hope they would make it faster. Because it's fucking slow. But, you know, increased power, it is what it is. Wild Strike is an interesting one. Spinning Strike, what? Oh, that is for the halberds and the pole arms, right? That you keep spinning it. Shorten the time between various actions and the activation of skill. Slightly increase attack power. You know what? Alright. Slightly increased attack power is already welcome with Wild Strike. You know why? This is a build I always wanted to try. Wild Strikes can be used on great hammers and great axes. Rusted Anchor is a pierce weapon, right? So you can like Wild Strike with pierce damage and the Talisman and Shard of Alexander, and now it got buffed. So this might be really good with the Rusted Anchor now because it has a fuck ton of poise. Wild Strike has a lot of poise already, so stay tuned, man. We're gonna try this. We have to try this. Wild Strikes and Rusted Anchor. Ground Slam, Golden. Oh, so the Booty Slap to 1000. Reduce time between using the skill and being able to roll. Increase attack. Damn, so the Booty Slapper got stronger. And it already did a lot of damage. Oh, Stamp. Stamp. Reduce the delay between the end of various actions, such as using items and being able to perform the skill. Good, because you were a sitting duck for actual couple of minutes for using this. It increased the attack power, which is good because the damage didn't really feel all too good. Reduce the time between the end of the skill and performing actions other than a strong attack. Oh! Guys, that might be really good. You know why? The activation of Stamp kinda is like Endure. So you get reduced damage. Yeah, no, that's it. You're getting reduced damage, right? You're stepping forward, and depending on how fast this is, you can literally just do Stamp to step forward and eat an attack and go for like a guaranteed R1 if you want to keep it simple with like a Great Hammer. And if they overextend, you can do Stamp and they do a jump attack. You stamp the jump attack, you tank it because of, you know, the damage resistance on Stamp, and you go for the heavy. So either the upward cut, and I would recommend the upward cut because it gives a knockdown and it looks cool, or the sweep. Dude, this is a really interesting weapon art now. I have to see how this will work. Dude, we have to test a lot. But that's really cool. I really hope that, you know, doing Stamp on its own allows a fast R1 out of it. That would be sick. Pinning Slash. Increase poison damage against enemy when used with the following weapons. Oh, yeah. This makes sense. It made no sense that the Great Axe, if you use Pinning Slash on the Great Axe, it did like less or same poison damage if you would use a sword. So really happy to see that Great Axe has finally got like a poison damage buff, and this might allow them to true combo because it does more poison damage. So we have to see that as well. That's actually really good. Charge 4th. Hey, we actually used this not long ago. Increase directional control and motion speed. Oh, nice. That's sick. That's actually good already. Reduce the delay between the end. That's also really good because it felt like if I whiff this, I am dead. However, they didn't address the stamina consumption, which is quite unfortunate. It drains a lot of stamina. And they also didn't address the poison damage it does. People can get hit by the first 4 hits of Charge 4th and still interrupt you. So that's kind of like a miss, but I'm still happy that they did give him some love with the directional control and motion speed, and also making it better on whiff or recovery, to say the least. Loretta Slash, let's see, increase poison damage for the first attack. Oh my god, that finally makes it maybe true combo, because you always had this issue where it sometimes did, and most of the times they could roll out of the second attack. So Loretta Slash got buffed. It might actually true combo now. That's so good. Poison Moth Flight, increase poison status buildup and a power against poison enemies. Really cool. I actually made a build not long ago with the Poison Moth. I actually really like the weapon art. Increase the duration and damage of poison. Alright. Reduce the delay between the end of the various actions. They made a lot of... This line has been used like 50 times already. So that means that a lot of things got better on whiff, which is good. Stormcaller! Oh my god, okay. Listen, I love Stormcaller. It might be my favorite weapon art. It's so sick. Increase motion speed, attack power, and poise damage. Interesting. I really need to know how much the motion speed buff is. Increase skill size and poise damage. Wait, but you... Poise damage. Poise damage. Alright. They were really happy with the poise damage, I guess. But increase skill size and motion speed. Increase motion speed and skill size already sounds really good. I just hope that, because they didn't say this line, and I kind of was hoping for this line to be here. If you use it, that you can easily roll out of your Stormcaller, because if you whiff it, you're just a sitting duck, and the recovery is not like the best. But the rest sounds amazing. I hope that increased motion speed also means that it true combos now, because you're swinging fast enough to maybe connect 2 or 3 of them. I mean, it should. I mean, Thunderstorm does true combo. Why isn't this being, you know, why is this not true comboing? Oh, my Lifesteal Fist. Bandai, don't fail me now, man. Because that weapon art was garbaggio. It was so bad. Increase motion speed and attack power. Oh, you better increase the speed on it. I hope this shit is straight up an 80% speed up, because it's so bad. Increase attack range against other players. Okay. This and this is already good. I have to see how much. And the attack power too. Oh, wow. Lifesteal Fist, bro. We might be into a Lifesteal Fist meta. Just kidding. It will never be meta. Reduce the delay between the end of various actions. Okay. And they also made it better on whiff. Guys, I might need to try Lifesteal Fist. Lifesteal Fist. Eruption. Oh! They might have fixed Eruption, but I'm not sure if they fixed it. For the people that don't know, I actually made a video about Eruption with the what is it called? Morningstar? Not Morningstar. The Great Stars, where it actually uses the passive of the Great Star, so it heals you, and if you infuse or if you buff your Great Star with Blood Flame, the Eruption pool also inflicts blood. So yeah. Increase the range and duration of the lava. Okay. Added a hitbox to the part of the attack where the weapon is slammed. Okay. Yo, Eruption be sounding really good. Fix the timing of the poise, increase duration or during activation. Guys, they just straight up buffed that build, and that build is quite good. So, Great Star Eruption got buffed, and I'm really happy because it's really good. I mean, I'm not sure if they also touched the bleed build-up in PvP, right? If they touched it, it's okay. But if they didn't, it's still like an instant bleed. But better now, because of this. Stormblade. You know, the weapon that no one uses because you have... Is Stormblade like the bootleg Beast Roar? Yeah, it's the bootleg Beast Roar. Increase motion speed and range of the blade. Okay, nice. Added the damage detection to the weapon part. Okay, so you can hit people up close and it will do like double the damage because you hit with the projectile and your weapon. Reduces the... Okay, so better with recovery or recovery just. You know what, I'm really curious if this also means that if you hit this up close, it staggers. So it might combo into Catch Flame or runes. Because the attack does stagger, for what I know. We might be up to something now. And now, you know, you can hit it up close because it also has the weapon part detection. Damn, Stormblade into Catch Flame maybe? We have to find out. Lightning Slash? Oh boy. Increase duration and attack power. So they buffed the buff. Reduce the delay between the end of various actions. And able to perform the skill. Reduce the delay between using the skill and being able to attack. Are you telling me that this allows even more true combos now? Because you could already do like Catch Flame and runes. Wait, reduce the delay between the end of various actions and being able to perform the skill. Wait, does that mean that... Does this mean that you can do like an R1 into Lightning Slash? Reduce the delay between the end of various actions, such as using an item or attack, and being able to do the skill. So what I'm reading here is, if you do like an R1 into the skill, it got reduced delay, so it activates faster now. And or if you hit your lightning slash without, you know, connecting it out of an R1, you can actually do an attack afterwards. Bro, we might have a lightning slash through combo here, and not like lightning slash into something, but something into lightning slash. Yeah, it says or attack animations, so we might even have like incantations into lightning slash. Holy fuck. All right, let's move on. That's an interesting one though. Kick, increased poison damage. I've seen some things on Kick. Kick is actually sick against shields now, and I love it. Crack Blade, extend effect duration, increase attack power, poison damage, and stamina attack power against guarding enemies. Alright. It's a bit unfortunate that this is all against guarding enemies. This should just be like, remove this, and it would be better. Increase attack power, poison damage, stamina attack power. The point. That's it. Period. But against guarding enemies, I mean, it would be really cool with fist weapons, right? That they already have like this better poison damage value right now because of the flat poison damage buff. And then with Crack Blade, you can just like punch with rocks and do even more. But it's only against guarding enemies, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Warcry, okay. Extended effect duration, which is cool because it was only like, what, 20 seconds? Reduces delay, okay, so recovery. The power of strong attacks during the duration of the effect has been increased when used with the following weapons. Oh, shit. Oh, God, spear, halberd. This is really fucking, this might be problematic, kind of, because Warcry gives you, like, 1,000,000 poise. Or hyper armor. Great Spear is Pierce. Same goes for Halberd. And you have a lot of multipliers to make the heavy attacks stronger on Warcry. Off and Highlander Axe. The Roar Talisman. And you don't even have to charge it. You can just tap R2 and you have like this move with Great Spears and Halberds that just does a poke. You do a poke. And that poke is damaging as hell. Spear Talisman. Oh boy. This might be I mean, it's slow though, so if you're ready for it, you can just punish it. Troll's Roar. And Troll's Roar is an interesting one for Colossals as an example, because you have this get off me. It is a slow get off me, but it's a damaging high AoE weapon art. Increase attack power. Fix the timing of the poise increase during activation. Good. I'm kind of curious how much damage Troll's Roar does on a dedicated Roar build. So again, Roar Talisman and the Highlander Axe. And also now with Shard Alexander. This might actually do a lot of damage for a knockdown, which is really good because the knockdown has hyper armor. So yeah. Braggar's Roar. Extended duration of the effect, increase attack power, defense, and stamina. But you know what? This is good because you never use Roar because you had Warcry. And they gave the same moveset. So I'm glad that they gave Braggar's Roar his unique buff, which is better attack power and defense and stamina. And the casting speed is slow. That's why you never use Braggar's Roar, but maybe you have a reason to do this now. Endure. I'm not gonna act like I'm gonna be like, you know, surprised because I already read Endure. So let me read this for you, and let me read this why this might actually be a problem. But as someone that used Endure since day one, I'm so happy to read how they buffed this weapon art. So extended effect duration. This already, you could literally only say this and I was happy. I would be mad happy because this only normally was like 2 seconds. Like you activate 1, 2 and you're done. That's Endure. Now it is like almost 5 to 4 seconds, which is You know, as someone that uses incantations with no hyper armor, you've seen it in my videos. I do endure, and I have to mash the incantation afterwards, or else the hyper armor runs out, right? But now you have way more leeway to actually just do endure, run towards them, and if they contest back, hit them with something, right? You can be so aggressive with endure now because the duration being almost 4 seconds. Added an effect that prevents stagger caused by blood loss and frostbite. This line, when I was reading this yesterday, and I was screaming so hard my throat hurt for like a solid hour. This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. Yes, I had moments that I was like, oh my god, I got staggered because of cold. But what is this? This is so fucking strong. And they're meta. And they're meta. I'm not sure if Ender is going to be meta. I don't think so. But it's going to be really strong. So they flex with the second effect duration extension here. So they were really happy with this. And this is also what made me happy. Reduce the time between skill activation being able to perform actions other than attacking. Really good. Because you activate it and you're not stuck in that animation for too long. So this makes it really good for colossal weapons as an example. Because if you did this with a colossal weapon, you did endure. And the casting lag was so long that the moment you did an R1, your endure already ran out. And now it got fixed because of the duration buff and the reduced recovery upon using it. So this is really, really good. And this kind of brings me back to this brings me back to Dark Souls 3 Cestus with Perseverance. That's my favorite build. So, yeah. That's really cool. Raptor of the Mist, reduce FP consumption. Okay. Flame Spit, improved projectile range. I've seen this already. This is actually really cool. But I have to relearn this entire shield because it has a different arc now. Because it has more range. Regal Roar. Oh, this is an interesting one because this is from the Godfrey Act, right? Yeah, okay. Extend duration. Sick. Reduce the time between strong attack while under the effects. Oh, sick. Okay. Reduce the time between the skill activation and being able to perform actions. It got a buff. Okay, I have to try this axe because I never really tried the axe because it felt way too clunky. But now it actually got buffed. Alright. That is pretty good. Oh boy, Corpse Pilot slightly. Look at how careful they say slightly. Thunderstorm, increase motion speed, increase the duration and attack power of the effect that grants a weapon. Oh, okay. Downward adjustment, shield crash, reduce the amount of startup. This is straight up just get fucked fingerprints shield, and I'm so glad. Seppuku, aka Sudoku, increase damage taken upon activation, reduce the bleed status, build up effect granted to weapons. And Bloodboon Ritual, reduce the range of the damage animation triggered on other players, damage is unchanged. You know what? And yeah, they have some bug fixes, and there are quite some bug fixes. But you know what? I'm gonna skip this because those are bug fixes. And I know there might be some bug fixes that really change the gameplay, but we're just talking about the patch note as in the buffs and nerfs, okay? So, guys, this patch note is incredible. This actually is so promising to read, right? After recording this, I'm gonna test some things, and I cannot wait to test the things if I'm actually fit for it because I feel like shit. But this is incredible. There's a lot of things we can test now for like combo potential and how they buff the weapon classes and weapon arts and recovery in the reducing here and there. So let me know what y'all think about this patch note. I am really happy with this patch note. They try to remove the issues, and it does sound like they really listen to us. Like, yeah, this is an issue, that is an issue. One thing they didn't mention, and now I'm quite scared, is the IGN build. They didn't talk about it at all. So now I'm kind of scared if this is intended or not. It should not be intended, but they didn't talk about it. And We don't know how Moonville functions, but they also didn't talk about Moonville. But I think, you know, with the what was the first line, like the generic PvP change, this Moonville might get touched. But we have to find out, you know. All right, guys, I'm gonna peace out for today. Thanks a lot for checking this video, which is way too long. It's almost an hour, but I hope you guys, you know, I hope this kind of showed the where my interest is lying in this patch now, because everyone has his opinion. This is my opinion about it, and I am really happy to read a lot of these changes, and especially that they start with this. Encourage more versatility in terms of gameplay. That is what already hooked me with this patch note. All right, guys, I'm signing off. I'm gonna rest up because I still feel like other shit, but I really felt like talking about this patch note because it is a crazy patch note, and I just hope that the future will stay bright for Elden Ring PvP, and this shows us that they are listening. They are really listening and trying their best, and I'm really blessed that they are doing this for us, right? They are actually listening to the player base, and I'm happy. Like, I'm really happy. I'm curious how a lot of things are functioning right now in PvP. So yeah, I'm peacing out, guys. Thanks a lot for checking this video if you made it this far, and let me know what you guys think about this patch note. All right, I'm out, man. Peace.